Tom became ill at the end of May 2018. And then he just never really got better. And after a couple of hospital visits, they eventually diagnosed leukemia. And the next day, they operated on Tom to put in a line to start the chemotherapy. But he never came round from the anaesthetic. And that was only 2.5 weeks after he'd become ill. It was actually really sudden. And you know, we were there when Tom died, and we had to go back to the pick up the girls from school and tell them. In March, before Tom died and before he was unwell or any, you know, and before we knew he had leukemia, he and I did the Brecon Beacons Night Hike organised by Cancer Research Wales, and we raised about £700. And then, of course, Tom became ill. For whatever reason, and I don't know how, people started making donations to the Just Giving page that we'd set up to raise money for that night hike.
And we were literally watching it go up, you know, from this £700 went up to £2,000. We got up the next morning, it was at £6,000.
Yeah.
And it just kept going.
It had raised something like another £10,000 or something ridiculous.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Cancer Research Wales asked us to go and see them. And they suggested to us, would we be happy if they set up a fund in Tom's memory? The aim of the fund would be to fund research into leukemia and probably acute myeloid leukemia, which is the form that Tom had.
Inspired by the generosity of friends and family, Holly and Emily decided to organise events to continue Tom's fundraising.
Then Holly had the idea that she wanted to do some form of swimming event.
And it's a swimathon. They just swim as many lengths as they can in an hour. The first one we raised £20,000 and the next one £15,000.
It was a phenomenal, I mean, truly joyous event where everyone, you know, hundreds of people there helping out.
Since the first event, Holly and Emily have gone on to raise over £130,000 to fund cancer research in their brother's memory.
And there's a research scientist starting imminently at Cardiff University that's being paid for out of that fund for a 3-year PhD.
And then we had the obvious conversation of, well, what do we do now? And actually, again, that was very much led by the girls and unanimous that we carry on going.
Every £100,000 we raise, we get a research scientist to research into acute myeloid leukemia. We wanted to keep fundraising past the first £100,000 because we want, I guess, the more the better. If you have 3 or 4, they'll be quicker to finding out how to cure the cancer.
They've been thrown one of the worst things to ever happen to them, and they've just coped with it incredibly well. We certainly wouldn't be in the position that we are, I don't think, without them. It's their strength that has given us strength to keep going.
I think he would say to us that he was just proud that we've spread awareness and proud that we've kept his memory alive.
Tom would be embarrassed of all the attention.
Yes.
Yeah, he'd be embarrassed by it all. But proud.
Yeah.